Did you think email sales would be easy? I did. I generated over $400,000 in email revenue by simply winging it 13 years ago in my first e-commerce brand. But that's a dumb way to do it. Most days I thought, what the f is this? And it's way too much hard work and it's way too stressful. However, 13 years on, I've helped generate over $50 million in revenue from email for e-commerce brands just like you. So to help you unlock the hidden revenue in your email list and do it faster, here are 10 truths, not bullshit, that most experts try to keep a secret. So let's get into it. Lesson 1, stop sending sales emails. After deep diving into hundreds of brands' email strategies, it was obvious what was happening. Their subscribers were completely bored of their emails. They, the subscribers, had what we call sales fatigue in the industry. Once they saw the brand name in the inbox, they went, sod this, I'm ignoring it. Simply because every single email was shoving down their throats a sale. That's not what you need to do. So for the majority of brand partnerships that I do with other brands, we stop selling. We stop sending sales emails. We switch to what I call value content, stuff that actually helps the reader. Value for me is giving people information that can change their life without costing a penny. Like a blog that talks about 5 things that would fix their problem for free. But obviously as a brand, we make number 5 our product. Doing that, within weeks, virtually all brands that I've advised, their sales revenue climbs straight away. And the crazy part, we weren't even trying to sell. We were calling it stealth selling. Well, that's what I call it anyway. It's not a real thing. If you want to remember one thing, just remember this. If your list only hears from you when you want something, they stop listening. Lesson 2, lead with emotion, not discounts. The biggest mistake I see e-commerce brands make is thinking people want discounts. They don't. They want a real reason to buy. So start creating emotional content. Think of it like shoving 2 fat fingers into their pain. Talk about their frustrations, their goals, their desires. You know, the reason they want to change. This single shift will skyrocket open rates and clicks, I promise you, and with no extra discounts needed. So remember, emotions sell and discounts just delay the problem. Lesson number 3, write subject lines that demand attention. Back in 2014, my open rates were tanking. I was running out of subject ideas. I was proper stuck. Call it writer's block or just my dyslexia. Then one morning I was reading this British newspaper called The Sun and I was on the toilet, so sorry, classy guy, apologies. The newspaper, if you're aware of it, is just like clickbait headline after clickbait headline after clickbait headline. So I thought, what if I wrote subject lines just like that? So I sent out an email saying, protein shakes are shit. Now, sounds dumb, right? Because I owned a supplement brand selling protein shakes. But that email turned out to be our number 1 sending email for the whole year. As in the best day ever we had that year, from that email, sales came in. So here's the reality. If they don't open, they will never buy. Get better at subject lines. It's as simple as that. Get attention. Lesson number 4, drop the corporate bullshit. In July, I teamed up with a beauty brand stuck at 90% open rates and 9% of total revenue from email, which should be 40%, so they're miles off. Their copy was robotic, super boring, and could put a glass eye to sleep. It's a real eye, not glass. We wrote the next campaign like a real person talking to a mate, like simple, emotive, human, just like me and you are having this conversation right now. Within weeks, open rates doubled and email revenue followed. It's simple. Talk to subscribers like a human. If you do that, people will buy because they like buying from people. Lesson number 5, trigger emotion in every single email. When I launched my brand back in 2012, I had 0 clue about marketing. I was a former military engineer. The only thing I knew was about busting drug traffickers in the Caribbean. That's a true story, but for another time. So one of my buddies pointed me to this email marketing book, and it was meant to be this like oracle guru, like I would call it the nuts of all things email. But that book, like the brand, put me to sleep. So I thought, screw it. I'll just write how I feel, why I use the products and tell stories, because at that time I was in shape and I was training all the time. So I was my avatar. Within 18 months, those raw, emotional emails pulled in $400,000 in revenue. The lesson here is simple. Knowing that logic makes people think, emotions make people act. Do that and you'll generate more sales. Lesson 6, fix your retention problem. Look, most brands don't even know where their revenue is coming from each month. They're glued to ROAS dashboards ad spend metrics, and their media buyers just waffle on for 60 minutes with no real outcomes or results. So I asked these brands, what percentage of your revenue does email drive monthly? If the answer is below 40%, I know instantly, because there's a red flag screaming at me, retention problem. Email is the #1 retention system in the world. That can't even be argued. It is. That's a fact. It's not even up for discussion. It's the #1. When we fix it, brands see revenue spike without any new traffic because they fix their retention. So if you're not generating 40% of all your online sales from email, you've got a retention problem or your product is shit. But we know that's not the case, right? So fix your retention and you will fix your revenue and you will no longer stress month on month. Lesson 7, send more campaigns, not just flow/automations. Right, here is the easiest way to find money in your list. I promise you, it's easy. I partnered with a brand where 100% of their revenue came from automations, like, the set and forget stuff like welcome flows and abandoned carts. So I simply did this. I sent 2 to 3 manual campaigns a week, full of value-driven content and full of emotion. Revenue doubled in 10 days. Why? Because campaigns should make up 70% of sales from email. Look, it's simple. If we follow basic rules with email, like 70% of sales should come from campaigns and 30% of sales should come from automations, we can order our sales every single month and find the simple ways to generate more revenue. I like to keep shit easy and let all the other experts complicate it. Why? Because you want more revenue, not more headaches. And anyway, while we're here, if you like what you're hearing, drop a like and a subscribe. Let's get on to the next one. Lesson number 8, deliverability equals financial survival. A brand owner recently said to me, Paul, we're stuck at 70% open rates and sales are just terrible. That's definitely not an email content problem. That's a deliverability problem. Basically, you're emailing people who don't care and Gmail's just drop kicking you straight into the spam bin. Easy fix. Only send to those people who have opened email twice in the last 30 days. Every time we do that, open rates jump 30-40% because the inbox placement improves and sales climb. So here's the lesson. Stop sending to ghosts if you like making money. Lesson number 9, raise your open rate standards. Expanding on lesson 8, I have to force this into your brain, like the mushy part between your ears. Now, I'm no longer going to force it, so I can't come around your house, kick the door down and make you understand this. But the industry average open rate is 25%. That means 75% of people will never see your message. And to many brands, that's good. Now, to me, that's terrible. That's rubbish. We should not be aiming for that. You need to aim for 45% plus. To get there, we send to engage people 5 times more often than we send to unengaged people. And then we delete the dead weight. We get rid of them. Now, what does engaged mean? It means someone who has opened or clicked an email very recently. I can't make it any easier than this. The more opens you get, the more eyeballs you get on your emails, and the more sales you make. So we play by this rule. If your open rates are above 45%, you're good. If they're below 45%, you've got a problem that needs fixing. Lesson 10, the 3-to-1 value rule. Years ago, sales started tanking every time I sent offers. Then one night, I'm randomly watching this dating program with a girlfriend at the time. And one on the show was talking about persuading, manipulating humans and how to get people to do what they want them to do. And she said these words, to get her to commit, pre-frame her mind over 3 dates. And I thought, well, what if I pre-frame products the same way? So this is what I did. So I sent 3 value-driven emails before the next promotion. So on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, I set emails that just delivered value. And on the 4th day, bang, sale. Guess what? Sales tripled. The lesson here is simple. Build desire before you pitch, also known as foreplay. And because I'm such a great bloke, here's 2 more bonus lessons to get your full ninja email marketing black belt. Bonus lesson number 1, call to action above the fold. Back in 2012, I learned this the hard way. And looking back at it now, it was so simple. I don't know why I missed it. But just moving the call to action button above the fold, call to action being buy now or learn more button, and above the fold meaning when they open up the email, they don't have to scroll. By simply moving that, makes way more money because people are just click the button. They don't have to guess, they don't have to scroll. They're busy. So simply remember, make it stupidly easy for someone to click at all times. Subscribers are not the smartest. I did just say that out loud, but they're not. We're not. So make it easy for us, for you, the subscribers, to click that button. Bonus lesson number 2, make your sign up irresistible. Back in 2013, our site was getting 300 visits a day, 4% conversions, and only 6% of people actually signed up for our 20% discount. I thought, this is terrible. That was 94% of people were just disappearing, coming to the site and doing nothing. So I made the sign up so good, they'd feel like an absolute idiot to say no. But we still have people say no, so are people idiots or is it just me? Well, maybe the brand. Anyway, here's what we did. We offered full training, nutrition and diet plans for free, just in exchange for an email. This wasn't some crappy like PDF or some rubbish you throw out there. This is the stuff that fitness companies and top coaches were charging $200 or $400 for. Now, that made it easy for our customer base just to get up their email. Right, and what we also did was, when they signed up, the first email they got the information and they got a 20% discount on all products. What happened? Opt-ins tripled. And then our usage of the code went up 5 times. So the moral of the story here is make your sign up so damn simple and so damn easy to sign up to, people feel like idiots for not signing up. And that's it. You have the 14 lessons that helped me generate over $50 million in email revenue. And the last bonus, want me to look at your email setup? Simply drop an audit in the comments below and I'll reach out to you and I'll jump into your email marketing system and I'll show you exactly where the money's hiding in your list and I'll find it fast. Anyway, hit like and subscribe and I'll speak to you on the next one.